Hi, I'm Dakota from Washington. Before I tell you my crazy story, please like and subscribe. My mom was a nurse at a kid's hospital and worked really odd hours. Since she was bringing me up alone, we stayed at the hospital in a small room, and I was obsessed with all the rich kids who came there. I hardly had any luxuries, and when kids in the hospital got gifts during festivals, all I got were hand-me-downs, and I hated it. So one Christmas, I decided to get even.
Did you know that the hospital has a Christmas Eve ghost who only targets kids with really expensive things?
You're just making that up.
Really? Try sleeping with your gifts tonight in your room and see what happens.
And later that night, I snuck into their rooms and made the creepiest sounds. And the next morning, all the kids freaked out and had thrown out their presents. They even called their parents to get moved to another place immediately. And Mom almost got fired. She was pissed at me for days. But at least I was able to sneak a pretty sweater from the pile of gifts for myself. One day, I even wore it to school thinking I looked amazing. But sadly, being a nobody meant no one noticed me, except for my bestie Mariah.
That's a cute sweater. I know! What does one have to do to get noticed around here?
Growing up, I learned that being rich was the answer to everything. People noticed you, they were kinder, and life was better. But Mom thought otherwise. Money and fame only favors those who work hard.
What are you talking about? The Kardashians didn't work hard, and they have everything.
That's because they belong to a popular family. You don't. Mom was right. If I wanted to be rich, I had to start hanging out with the popular crowd. My first target was Kenzie, the cheer captain, and the most popular girl in school.
Kenzie doesn't even know you exist. Besides, she's so snooty. Why would you want to be friends with her?
Duh, she's a queen. Have you seen the parties she throws for her girl gang? I just need to work my charm. Watch this. Hey, Kenzie, do you mind if I borrow your, I was mid-sentence when Kenzie simply walked off, like I was invisible. Wow, that was painful to watch. Whatever, she had her earphones on. Over the next few weeks, I tried everything to get Kenzie to notice me. I laughed a little too hard at her dumb jokes and came early to school so I could grab a seat next to her. My efforts paid off when one day in 12th grade, the teacher gave us our test results. OMG, my dad's gonna kill me. I got a D again. That's not so bad. Besides, D stands for diva, and that's what you are. D also stands for dumb bimbo. What did you just say? Just ignore her. You deserve better, Kenzie, and I can help. You see, I'm kind of a genius, so let me take care of your homework. You are? Oh, and you got an A? Okay, I trust you. And just like that, I was in. Kenzie and her friends were sweethearts and really needed me to help them out with their homework. They even trusted me to pick their lunches and grab their morning lattes. There you go, Kenzie. Your oat milk latte with just a dash of coconut sugar, an extra shot of espresso, hazelnut sauce, and vegan ice cream. Just how you like it. Oh, you're a darling, Minnesota. Dakota. But Kenzie just walked away sipping her weird coffee. What are you doing? Kenzie has you wrapped around her fingers like some errand girl. What's next? You'll clean her shoes and wash her bathroom? Oh, come on. She needs my help. And no good deed goes unnoticed. Mariah didn't agree with me, but I didn't care. I was with the popular crowd, but I still wasn't as famous as them until one day during lunch, something unbelievable happened. OMG, someone help him! I looked across the room to see Isaac, the new guy in school, and a famous singer, choking. I'd seen my mom at work sometimes perform a Heimlich maneuver, so I jumped into action.
Oh my God, you saved my life. What's your name?
I'm Dakota.
Wow, thanks Dakota. Join us.
It's cool, actually. I'll just have lunch with my friend right there.
Get her too.
Mariah gave me a death stare as I reluctantly pulled up a chair next to Isaac. But just when Mariah was about to sit down, Kenzie kicked the chair out from under her. Oops, sorry. I was just stretching. You totally did that on purpose. Mariah, relax. I'm sure it was just an honest mistake. It's fine, Kenzie. We were just leaving anyway. After that day, Isaac started inviting Mariah and me over to his table daily. And slowly, we became part of the elite circle at school. That's when people actually started noticing me. I could tell Kenzie was a bit weird about it, especially when Isaac invited me to one of his parties, which was amazing. I was dressed in my most expensive outfit, but I still felt shabby. I was just admiring the place when I ran into Kenzie. Kenzie, hi. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking. Maybe you weren't looking in the mirror when you dressed like that. Anyway, you're here now. Go get me some punch or something.
Don't listen to her, Dakota. You look just fine. And get your own drink, Kenzie.
Isaac pulled me away and introduced me to the rest of his friends before slipping into the backyard.
I never really thanked you for saving my life. I'm surprised at how strong you are. Like Lady Hulk. Most girls I meet are super delicate, but you're as strong as a horse.
Did he just call me manly? Before I could reply, I suddenly tripped over a rock, but Isaac saved me just in time. I could feel my heart racing as he held onto my waist. And the next thing I knew, we were surrounded by 100 photographers going crazy. Isaac pulled me into his limo and his driver fled the scene. On the drive to my house, pictures of Isaac and me together started flooding my phone. What the heck is happening? These paparazzi are calling me your girlfriend.
I know this is crazy, but please don't tell anyone we aren't dating.
What? Why?
Maybe you've heard about me and Lucy?
Two of the hottest young pop stars having a super messy breakup? Yeah, hard to miss that one.
The truth is, I'm still not over her. If people think you and I are a couple, Lucy will surely notice, and maybe she'll rethink our breakup.
That's lying.
Technically, it's like hiding the truth.
Your fans pick apart everything about your life. Faking a relationship will be tough.
I know, but try. I have a feeling you're good at it.
I didn't want to trick people, but being with Isaac would change my life. Besides, there were worse things in the world than fake dating a pop sensation, right? News about me dating Isaac spread like wildfire, and the next day at school, people were treating me like an A-grade celebrity. Dakota, bestie, oh, you look amazing. Really? That's a first. OMG, you're so funny. I was wondering if you'd like to go shopping with me. I'm sure you need to upgrade your wardrobe, right? I can help you. Yeah, sounds good. My life had taken a whole 180-degree turn, and I was loving everything about it, except that being Queen Bee was a full-time job, and I didn't have time to hang out with Mariah anymore. I have to go shopping. My wardrobe is on life support. Tomorrow, then? Actually, I have to attend a show with Isaac. So now what? We're not friends anymore because you're famous? Don't be silly. How about we hang out the day after? Fine, but don't be late. I really need to talk to you. But the next day after his show, Isaac told me that we had an interview scheduled at the same time as my plan with Mariah. But I can't. I promised Mariah I'd hang out with her.
Oh, come on. It's for the Rolling Stones. And I'll drop you off after, okay?
I agreed, and kinda had the best time. They asked me questions about my life, and I felt super important. But then my eyes fell on my watch, and I freaked out. I was so late. I immediately rushed to Mariah's place, but she refused to see me. So the next day, I stopped her while she was leaving for school. What now? I'm sorry. I was with Isaac and Isaac. It's like you've joined a lame girl cult. Oh, so annoying. This boy has changed you completely. Look at your clothes, and what's with those stupid curls? You think if you do this, he'll notice you more? He's shallow, just like all of them. And guys like him don't fall for girls like us. Listen, I'm sorry I blew you off yesterday, but it was important. And if you don't like my clothes or my makeup, there's a better way to say it than being an absolute witch about it. I don't even know you anymore. Oh yeah? That's what happens when you don't hang out with your real friends. It's called growing up, Mariah. Maybe you should try it too. I instantly regretted my words, but I was so mad at Mariah for being a baby. After that day, we drifted apart and completely ignored each other at school. I missed having her around and thought about telling her that I was only fake dating Isaac, but I knew she'd judge me for it, so I kept quiet. Time passed and Isaac and I got closer. Eventually, I started liking him, and sometimes I thought he liked me too. And it wasn't just an act. But one day, Isaac asked me to accompany him to a tattoo parlor, saying it was something important. When we got there, he rolled up his sleeve to reveal a tattoo with a girl's face that looked like his ex-girlfriend Lucy. And for some reason, I felt a bit jealous. He got a tattoo for her?
Removing it was more painful than when I got the tattoo.
Well, why did you remove it then? I mean, you're obviously trying to get back with Lucy, so you should have just kept it.
That wasn't Lucy. I got it in memory of my childhood bestie who was in an accident many years ago. I miss her, but looking at it every day just makes me feel weird. You know what I mean?
A week later, at a huge concert, Isaac did something unbelievable. In the middle of his performance, with hundreds of screaming fans, he pulled me on the stage and shoved a mic in my hand.
Isaac, what are you doing?
Just sing along. I tried to sing, but I croaked like a frog. This was the first time ever I was in front of so many people, and I froze. The fans started booing and laughing, and I dropped the mic and ran off the stage. Isaac caught up with me after that. Why would you do that? It was so embarrassing. I'm a national laughing stock.
You're supposed to be my girlfriend. How can you not know the lyrics? Now come on, don't make a big deal out of this.
I'm your fake girlfriend, and it is a big deal. I don't want people to think I'm a fool. You know what? This whole thing was a mistake. I'm leaving. I was so embarrassed, I couldn't sleep a wink that night. The entire weekend, my phone kept buzzing with messages and calls from unknown numbers. I couldn't answer them, not now, after being a public joke. When I went to school a few days later, I could feel all eyes on me. Just then, a bunch of media people surrounded me.
How does it feel to lose your boyfriend and self-respect?
Did Isaac only date you out of charity? They were brutal. This wasn't the kind of fame I had in mind. I turned around to leave, but Kenzie stopped me. I always thought Isaac was too good for a nobody like you. And obviously, your embarrassing stunt sent him running back to Lucy. She flashed her phone in my face with a picture of Isaac and his ex-girlfriend Lucy in some fancy restaurant. I felt betrayed and miserable. But what was I expecting? We were never in a real relationship. Aw, are you crying? Shut up, Kenzie. I turned around to see Mariah behind me. You guys are back together. Now that's a happy ending you deserve. And I think you deserve a makeover. Ah, my limited edition Prada! Kenzie screamed and stormed off as I turned to Mariah. I'm sorry, Mariah. I was a total idiot for choosing them over you. That's true. One real friendship is better than fake dating a shallow celebrity. You knew? Of course I knew. We're BFFs. I know when you're lying. Why didn't you say anything? I could have used my best friend. I thought you didn't need me anymore. And I had my own issues to deal with. That's when she told me her parents had let her know recently that they were getting divorced. Mariah, I am so sorry I wasn't there. You're here now, so let's forget everything and move on. I'd love that. Mariah and I made up, and she helped me get back on track with my studies. Isaac tried reaching out to me a few times, but I wasn't ready to get dragged into another mess, so I kept my distance. And a few days later, he left for his global tour. I decided I'd follow in my mom's footsteps and become a nurse once high school was over. I was done with this whole idea of being rich and popular. Fame really wasn't as great as it looked. One day, I was helping Mom with something when all of the kids at the hospital started screaming in excitement. I went outside to see what the deal was, and I was stunned to find Isaac. What are you doing here?
You weren't answering my calls.
Why should I? You embarrassed the heck out of me and dumped me the next day. That was so shallow of you.
Ugh, you were the shallow one who was dying to please Kenzie. You agreed to date me to show off and used me as a tool. But look at what you did. I'm in love with you now, and you don't even care.
Of course I do. Hold up. You love me? Then what about Lucy? I saw your pictures.
I met Lucy that day to tell her that I'm finally over her because I love you, dummy. Just as you are. Kind and smart. Wasn't it obvious?
Nope. You should have said something.
In case you haven't noticed, I suck at expressing my feelings. So, you think we can give us a real shot?
Maybe, but I can't be in the spotlight again.
I promise. So, dinner tonight?
As long as it's not chicken.